went to the bevy to talk about the past with some people that knew about the past. Some people were German, some people were English. The person that I spoke to was Eleanor, and she was German. She had to leave because of a war.
Once upon a time there was a girl called Demi, and she said, I wonder what it would be like if I was in the war because my dad is in the war.
We had to draw the curtains at night because no light was allowed to go out in the street, and we used to have a warder walking around. If you saw a little bit of light, he'd come banging on the door and say, pull your curtains.
One day I was in the greenhouse and there was a boom. I felt scared. It was about our dad in the war, and we were talking together about what we would do.
It's about back in the days where some of the elderlies right now, when they were children, and we were writing down what it would be like.
He said there's going to be a war, and he said I might as well sign up. So he then signed up to go in the regiment called the Signals.
Suddenly, a bunch of German bombs appeared. We were so scared so much. Our house got ruined. We had to run to the nearest shelter. It was an abandoned shed.
We used to go for long walks right over the downs, you know.
It was when I went to the bevy where somebody told me a story about their brother being hit by a bomb and then they died. So that's how I got the idea for it.
A crowd of us used to go over the field and play over there. And one day one of the boys found a bomb, because during the war they used to use them over there, you see. And then my brother was fiddling around with it, as I say, and it blew up, you know.
But it was World War II at the time and we had to go straight home after school. He left it on the playground, so he rushed to it. But a German fighter was hovering above the school. He picked up his jumper, a bomb was right above him. I was behind my brother. They had punishments if they were naughty in school. They would get hit with a belt. Then she scrunched my hand into a fist. I was now holding my breath. Slap. Now I'm screaming, but inside. There's now white rings around my fingers, not the ones you wear.
You know the railway line that goes from Brighton to Lewis? 3 bombs were dropped on the field up there, but the craters are filled in now by the looks of it.
He couldn't find the way out. He didn't hear a sound. Unluckily, it was the most dangerous forest ever. A man took him to freedom. His big brother came. Bombs were going everywhere.
It's a bullet, not a gun, I murmured. The boy's eyes widened. We stood there in complete silence. Then, Teacher, he has a bullet, the boy screamed. I ran as fast as my skinny legs could.
People used to throw bombs in our country. I found out that some of them played in the streets and they played hopscotch and they done skipping.
She's a lady that lived up the road from me, a few doors away from me. Matter of fact, she's still around now.
I spoke to Pearl and I found out that she was born in 1936 and that's a big difference compared to when I was born, because I was born in 2009.
In the past, you had to be 21 to vote.
Some people had holes in their gardens for toilets and newspaper for toilet paper.
Pearl's favourite food was apple crumble.
Finally, she found him. Luckily, her dad didn't recognise her. At the end of the war, they had won, and Demi took off her hat, and he was so proud, and everything was perfect again.
Well, it's about the olden days where there's a little girl, her name is Carol, and lots of bombs fall down. One of the pieces hits her head and she has a headache.
What was your favourite game to play?
I can see stinky boars, majestic deer, stags and boom. I say, what was that? I was frightened, so were my friends. I call this day the big boom. Yeah, we've been doing this project for Little Green Pig, and it's called Past, Present and Future, and we're, well, going to be in a film. And we're at the open market, and we've been interviewing people and writing stories about it.
And they use, I guess I must have mentioned the yellow school bus that American school children ride in.
We've visited Studio 45, a game shop, don't know the name of that, Buttons and Bows, and a fruit shop and the egg shop, places like that.
It was of Buttons and Bows, like, because I thought it was like, I had like different scarves and hats and people really needed them. And yeah. She came back in the shop the other way and she saw a picture of a girl with a large gun in her pocket.
I just got vegetables from here. No, they're vegetables. That's why I thought the alien could throw vegetables. And the alien came out. Everybody screamed, he threw vegetables everywhere. We did not run, then the light disappeared and the alien jumped out.
Did you find out afterwards that the hurricane hit your home?
No, we were in a hurricane.
It started when Billy and Shelley, who are a gregarious bunch, wandered off to their diminutive, broken down bus stop. When their lemon bus approached to pick them up, they realised something was strange. No one was on the bus, but they still persisted.
My story, they have a battle to get into because they all want the fruit store. No one else wants it in the whole entire market, but them four want it. And the picture that I'm going to show you is me, that's the sneaky shop stealer.
There was an insane kid called Emma who was born in a game station. In her youth, she caught a game addiction. In Emma's mum's game shop, she fell asleep in it, and her casual addiction turned into an affliction.
It had a princess in it called Rapunzel, because I took a picture of a doll of her. And she wants to work at Buttons and Bows. Each year on her birthday, Rapunzel would blow out her candles and wish that someday she will work at the open market. The next day, Rapunzel woke up before her parents and got dressed.
All of a sudden, he jumps behind the bookcase to hide. And then the book takes him and the dead body into another world.
A man at the open market called Dave has fed his seagulls a lot recently, but suddenly a seagull has flown into his store and swallowed one of his toys he was selling. Gulp!
Later, she was just about to go to bed when she forgot to make some more bows and necklaces.
They met, and Dave blasted them into Moon to have tea with the aliens.
In the dark, never take pictures because Jeff will hunt you down. But Bakanika can help. Alex can give you games to play in the dark to scare away Jeff.
Once in the market under some video games, a hermit emerged from his hiding place, searching for a DVD to throw at people.
On a lazy Sunday afternoon, disaster struck. Looks like a storm today. Looks bad. Wait, it's the hurricane they've been talking about on the news. They packed up their important belongings. You literally couldn't bring everything you wanted to.
That's correct.
You had to get rid of lots of things because you wanted to bring your jewellery. So
Our group is doing future, and it's really fun doing the future because you could just guess what's happening next and use your imagination.
This project is about 500 years in the future when what East Brighton Park would look like and be like. Beware, the spiders have a venomous bite and the spiders are as big as an inch.
Last week we went to White Hawk Park, aka Sheepcombe Valley, and we met loads of different people, and one person had a parrot, and we was wondering what everyone thought the park would be like into the future.
I drooped my head and walked away really slowly, and I mean really, really slowly. In about 8 hours I walked 1 millimetre.
Dear Park, in 1,000 years you will still be a park, but you will have a car park for flying cars, you will have a robotic flamingo park in the park, and the chalk hawk once every year becomes a real hawk on the 25th of May.
So hopefully we'll still be running in another 200, but who knows?
6 of them died because Macy said to the tiger, "Stop it." The tiger ran away.
And he did a Egyptian dance and the chicken dance because it was now the future. You can make a computer come out of the air.
I went to the leisure centre and I met Beth and another man, I forgot his name. He had a parrot and he lived in a caravan.
Far from the future lived a tiny spotty fat egg. The egg hatched laid a tiny baby flamingo.
Instead of a tie swing, it's a donut swing that's edible and grows back if you eat it.
In the future, will robots work
I wouldn't be at all surprised. It'll probably be robots that will be teaching you.
So you're many white about what you think the future would be like in White Hawk.
Leaves trying to fly. But the leaves that were bad at flying got blown away. That one leaf that was good at flying and then it got a reward from the Queen.
It would turn into a really, really cool skating park.
It's about this park here, East Brighton Park, about the future, and there will be superheroes and everything fun like colourful grass, giant pillows to jump on.
This project is about the future. The White Hawk is a hill that's fully white, and beside it there is some hills that look like eggs, and the grass is like a nest.
My favourite line is, "The library wasn't a library, it was made of fake trees." It's about the library and the park, East Brighton Park, and the future.
The hospital can move in the future. That would be cool.
Okay.
Scary characters come out of the computers, laptops and phones, but the aliens are made from the TV.
Football, on fire and electric when you kick it.
The Unicorn Queen has changed the White Hawk into a multicoloured diamond hawk and made the green grass of East Brighton Park pink. Nothing wrong with that, of course. But all the boys in White Hawk have left. Yay, in some way.
In East Brighton Park, in the future, there'll be trampolines everywhere and you can go for free.
Buildings stand tall, higher than a cloud, such as Met and the leisure centre of the Crown.
2 centuries later, a giant water park.
And the swing is gold and the other
swing is silver and they clean the swings because they're rare swings because they are gold and silver.
In the future, East Brighton Park has changed. There are now dinosaurs.
Dun, dun, dun! To be continued!